Hi there, back again. This is the last chapter of Left 4 Dead 3. I did notice my shirt sleeves were uneven, but I think I fixed it. Kind of not. It doesn't look right. I don't know. This is the last one of Left 4 Dead 3, and it's Nick's point of view. So let's just jump right into that. Hi, baby. Please don't fart. This stinks really bad. Oh, well, now I can't read yet because she just made the size minuscule. I've got old lady eyes. Stop. Hi, baby. I see you. I love you too. You act like you haven't seen me all day. Well, Rochelle had been pregnant, I had worried she would have an abortion. I knew she promised she wouldn't, but once you have a fear, it doesn't really just go away. That's giving me memories. Not about a fear or anything. Somebody told me once about how something of theirs wouldn't just go away. When they don't just go away, you gotta overcome it. I'm pretty sure she just farted in my hand. She's not, like, her butt isn't in my hand, I'm holding her, but I would lay awake at night wondering how she felt throughout the pregnancy. If the thought of killing Nicole ever crossed her mind. Oh my god. I hoped it didn't. I liked that name, it was pretty. I'd gone with her for the gender reveal, and the doctor was super nice. Nicole was born on my birthday, how convenient. Rochelle hadn't received a due date. She'd asked for a rough estimate so it could be a surprise. We sat together that night instead of watching fireworks. She would also often stress about Nicole, but Nicole was fine. I was the same way. I remember my mom telling me I never cried. Why should I? It's not like I got the care I needed anyways. I convinced Rochelle things would be okay by admitting to her how if I, someone who had stopped believing in God, had trusted him to care for our child, then she, who believed wholeheartedly in him, could trust him too. Exactly. You're being really mean to me right now.
Wow.
Nicole was just a quiet baby, and there's nothing wrong with that. Over the next 4 years, we had 2 more kids. Raquel and Michelle. The names. 4th grade, we saw nothing wrong with them, and then my friend read the letters. Or not the letters. She was receiving the letters. The names. They're terrible. There was less excitement for the 2 of them, but we were both still excited. Ricky and Sky stayed across the street, and Alice and Zoe had moved out. I had managed to become a part of the police force, having to convince them that I wasn't a criminal anymore and tell them that they needed people to protect their growing population, and they would need people to replace those heading out for the expanding cities. They eventually let me in, even allowing me to get my rights back for owning a gun. I was happy. Rochelle didn't need to know about my past until she did. I broke down and told her about how it was, not my childhood, my past that I had spent with Francis. I need to reword that. That doesn't really make sense. She loved me, and I think she loved me more after admitting that. She promised to love and support me, and I knew then that Matthew was right. There's someone out there for me who would love and support me. Repetition. That person was Rochelle. I was happy to have settled down with her, even if they were under unfortunate circumstances. Even if I hadn't gotten her pregnant, I don't think I would have left her. I think I would have stayed with her, and she just would have gotten pregnant at another time. I was happy she loved me the way I loved her, and everything in my life was perfect. I hadn't heard from Louis or Coach in a while, not even for holidays. Instead, I focused more on the people I had living in my house. Jacob and Josh had both stopped by, getting chased off because Rochelle wasn't interested. She felt bad for Josh, but he knew she didn't like him like that. Jacob, on the other hand, came as a surprise. I finally got to meet the man who made Rochelle feel like she didn't have the ability to carry children. I personally think he was the problem. Rochelle and I had gotten married, but it was limited to only family. Of course, the paparazzi got a few pictures, but we didn't care. Who cared about the media, though? Who cared about what the media thought? They didn't know who we were personally. So that's a good mindset to have. Before I knew it, I was sitting in a chair watching a bunch of 5th graders sing a song. I don't know what it was called, but they were having a lot of fun, and I could see Nicole smiling. I waved to her, smiling a little, and she smiled wider. I know she saw me. There's a boy a little further back, and he kept glancing over at her. A boyfriend, maybe? The way he looked at her was cute, though. The lady in the chair next to Rochelle was talking about how cute this would be if they sang this song every time they graduated from schools. From the schools, not, like, different schools. I don't know. Rochelle agreed. She was social with almost everyone. When the singing was over, the kids were given their awards and stuff, and then they were allowed to go to their families. The boy followed Nicole. I caught his name was Brian. She was smiling, taking his hand along as he came running up to us. Brian's parents were next to us. How convenient. You have a problem with conveniency, Nick. Like, isn't that better? Like, convenient. It's convenient for you. I remember Nicole talking about the kid a lot, but I never met him. It was nice to see the kid Nicole was possibly in love with. Possibly? I think not. Hi, Mom, Dad. This is Brian. Hi, Brian's mom and dad. Nicole waved excitedly before also introducing her sisters. Brian shook our hands and called us Mr. and Mrs. Jake. He was polite too, bonus points. I smiled at his dad and we shared an awkward look as the mom fussed over pictures. Nicole and Brian looked so cute together, and I wondered if something would ever come of them. Please. While they were busy taking pictures, I turned to the guy. I think his name was Andrew. I think his name was Andrew too. I forget sometimes. You've got a kid. You've got a good kid there. That's the goal. He chuckles, putting an arm around their younger son. I want more gentlemen in this world, so I'm going to put them into it. These are the only two I got, and Ryan's a little iffy, but Brian is amazing. I nod. I can tell. Are they dating? Andrew laughs. Who knows? When you're that age, you've dated half your grade. I smile. That's not necessarily true, but it looked like Brian and Nicole had something a little more than just a friendship. I'm sure Rochelle noticed, but she wasn't going to ask Nicole until much later. If they turn out to be together, I have no problems with that. I laugh, and Andrew does too. We've got a good kid too. They'd make a nice couple, but what do us men know? We laugh again, and the women decide they had enough pictures. Rochelle could probably fill a scrapbook full of pictures just of the 5th grade graduation. I have a serious question for mothers. Say you don't get a good picture, do you keep them? Or do you just delete the pictures that aren't good? When I take pictures of people, if they're good, I don't care. I like the worst ones. I like the ones where you're not looking, you don't have a very good smile on. Like, I like the silly ones. Like, I would want a couple good ones too, but I don't know. I feel like, say you get a bunch of pictures, but maybe half of them turn out the way you want them to, so you only keep half. I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal. Nicole ran over to me, hugging me tight. Do you like Brian, Dad? I nod. He's a good kid. I sneak a glance at him. He's standing with his parents now. I gave her a way too young voice. She's 11. Well, he's the one who used to play house with me in kindergarten. Nicole smiles. You said no boy would do that. She looks over at him and he blushes. Yeah, they're definitely in love. He's cool. I smile. I never saw it from an adult's point of view, but when kids roughly Nicole and Brian's age are in love, it's one of the most beautiful things you can witness. This was a love story I hope would bloom, becoming something novel-worthy. Oh, it did. It did. It's novel-worthy, and the novels are both on Inkit. Under Elish and Zue, it's the letters and receiving the letters. It is definitely novel-worthy. I'm glad he did that. He seems like a cool kid. Thanks, Mr. Jake. Brian smiled. He would be popular when he was older. He could easily be on the football team. Oh, Nick, don't jinx him. Nicole would probably be a cheerleader or the leader of book club. Hell, she might even be both. Honestly, slay. We separate to celebrate with our own families, and Nicole and Brian say they'll see each other next year. I remember when she used to call him all the time with her mother's phone. After dinner, we went to bed almost immediately. Everyone was exhausted, and we could sleep in tomorrow. Rochelle was a news anchor, but she didn't go in often because of how she started. Soon she would be working more often, especially since the kids are older. In the morning, Rochelle and I were the first ones awake. We sat at the table, and I asked if she thought Brian and Nicole were in love. Rochelle smiled, staring at her coffee for a moment before answering. I think they like each other, but right now they don't know what to do with those feelings. I nod. It's a good point. They didn't seem sure they liked each other, or at least not ready for those kinds of feelings towards the opposite sex. So the kids appear and we talk about what we want to do over summer break as a family. The zoo, a water park, a couple other things. All of it sounds like a good plan. Rochelle would just have to plan out days so I can be there. Alice and Zoe moved back in next door, and I was tempted to go see how they had been from the past 10 or so years. Can you stop? I don't know what you're doing, but you keep, like, zooming my screen in and out. Like, what are you clicking with your big rabbit feet? Stop, now you're grabbing things with your man paws. You're extra sized, extra large. Had been... I feel like that could be over or something, because it doesn't make sense. Stay off my keyboard, please. It looked like the head of son. I always saw him playing outside, specifically in the pool with his action figures and whatnot. I smiled. It was nice watching kids play. They had such creative imaginations. Okay. You take up space. I know. You're really large. I think once you mature, you lose that spark of creativity. Unfortunately, I've been mature for a long time. Rochelle, on the other hand, still has a healthy balance of immaturity. Rochelle noticed Ellis and Zoe's reappearance, and she suggested Nicole become friends with Ellie. Mom. Nicole groans. She'd taken to sitting in my favorite chair to read. She spent almost every single day reading in that chair, hiding in the air conditioning. Nicole, Rochelle groaned back. Come on, you guys used to hang out all the time. We were like 3 days old, Nicole said, and Rochelle smiled. Fine, just know that she's an option. Nicole narrows her eyes. I have Brian. Okay, well, if he turns out to be more than a friend or not your friend anymore, remember, Ellie's there. She's not allowed to be mean to you, you know. Rochelle jokes, sitting with me on the couch and putting her feet in my lap. Oh my god, Mom, Brian and I are just friends. I can't believe you would suggest anything more. I can. We love you guys. We love Brycole. We are Team Brycole. Everybody is. I feel like that's actually a really good ship name for them. I mean, the other one would be Nyan, maybe. I don't know. Nikayan. Ooh, that's not bad. Rochelle smiles. You don't see the way he looks at you. A lot of people look at people like that, Nicole protests. When they're in love, Rochelle adds, smiling, honey, it's okay if you're starting to like boys. Like, it's okay if she's starting to like him. It's normal. Oh my god, you're such a... Nope. Yeah. Gotta keep that. Freaking weirdo. I'm gonna show your kids. It's normal. Nicole rolls her eyes with a smile. If you say so. She returns to reading and Rochelle looks at me. I saw how the kid looked at Nicole, the same way I look at her mom. Maybe he knows Nicole's the one for him, even though they're so young. It's nice when he loves her for who she is, though, since he seems to have liked her before puberty, too. Exactly. That's how you know. It's because he liked you from kindergarten. Like, you didn't like me before puberty because we didn't even know what that was. But, I don't know. I don't think anything I just said just now made any sense. So let's disregard that. I know what he was trying to say, but I think I got it out wrong. Kill a man who only dated my daughters for their bodies. A real man doesn't date for that. Francis wasn't a real man. He was a boy with freedom to do what he wanted. And even Bill put him into his place. Gotta change that. It's funky. I remember countless times Francis got in trouble for trying to have threesomes with girls. Oh my god. Bro was a scandalous man. Bill said Francis had a girlfriend, which he did since high school, and he should keep it in his pants. Francis would roll his eyes and say it was no big deal, but to Crystal would have been everything. I'd met his wife, and she was a nice woman. Francis's kids turned out nice, at least Zoe did. I couldn't speak on the others. Speaking of, Crystal had taken the house for Francis, since she had been the witch. I'd seen Ellis going over to talk to Skylar and Ricky, and boy, was he in for a surprise. I remember there was a night I had heard tires screeching into the cul-de-sac. I had looked outside, seeing the lights of Ricky's car. He has one car, not three. And seeing him come out of the car, stumbling into the house. You keep walking my keyboard. He's clearly pretty fucked up, and Skylar had opened the door to help him. Soon after, there were 2 babies in that house, but Skylar hadn't been pregnant. She let us slip that he cheated on her, and the woman didn't want to keep the babies because they were too much work. Oh. Alice left the house, looking kind of upset, but also like he was at peace. It didn't matter, though. Things were back to their old ways. I know Skylar was kind of a bitch, but Nicole always said she was nice to her, so I let it slide. Ellie would be going to the same school, probably, just because the bus came down this way. Nicole was nervous for the new school year, and she even had the audacity to be scared that Ellie wouldn't like her. Ellie? Not like her? Yeah, definitely no. Everything would be okay because now Alice and Zoe were right next door, but Sean and I had a family, and everyone was happy. Well, Josh hadn't come out of his house, but nobody checked on him anyway, so I'm sure he was fine. But at the same time, though, he's your neighbor, and who keeps tabs on their neighbors? Like, I don't watch my neighbor's house and be like, oh, look, he hasn't come outside in a while. I know you're probably going to judge me because I make comments on the neighbor's cars going by, but my window faces the road in their house. So, like, I do see the cars, but, like, I haven't seen him in a while. Unless I'm, like, really close, but I'm not really close with any of my neighbors, to be honest. The night before the kids went back to school, I held Rochelle extra tight, thanking God for everything he'd given me, and apologizing for ever losing faith in the first place, not first. I wouldn't risk losing what I had now, and I was thankful to be able to leave my past behind. I closed my eyes, falling asleep, and looking forward to the future. I feel like I end a lot of books with that looking forward to the future line. Or chapters. Like, I feel like I end them a lot similarly. But that is it for Left 4 Dead 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're going to be moving on to Left 4 Dead 4 in the next few videos. So, I hope I still have your attention, and I hope you guys are enjoying them as much as I am. Links are all down below, and they will be until the series ends. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.